Welcome ladies and gents, bit of a sad video today. Bruce Willis announced yesterday from his family that he's retiring from acting due to health reasons, which also does explain why he's essentially been phoning it in, and he's not been phoning in, he's not been able to act. It's quite tragic, like it's genuinely tragic. The news dropped yesterday, but there was so many videos releasing yesterday, there wouldn't have possibly been a moment that it could have been dropped as a video, unfortunately. And then I live streamed as well. We addressed it on the live stream. We spoke about it, and it's tragic. Like, it's not good. It's sad, isn't it? It's always sad. So let's take a look at the actual story, and then I guess we'll just reminisce about Bruce Willis and his movies. So yeah, here we have it. Bruce Willis retires from acting following aphasia diagnosis, which is sad, actually. So after recently receiving harsh criticism because of his recent films, basically everyone's like, you know what, he's absolutely phoning it in here, isn't he? He must be phoning it in. That was what people thought. And it seemingly made sense that he was phoning it in. It looked like he was phoning it in. But anyway, Bruce Willis's family announced that the actor is retiring from the profession after being diagnosed with aphasia. Now, for those that don't know what aphasia is a language disorder, but it's a cognitive, it's a brain issue. So it affects the person's ability to communicate, which does go a long way to explaining why, you know, in certain films of late, he's not been putting in the best performance, right? Because he's not been able to. But there's more to that than just that. The victims of the disease, which is caused by brain damage, begin to lose the ability to express and understand speech. Now, it's not just brain damage, right? It's a disorder that results from damage to, well, I guess it is brain damage, but yeah. So, anyway, it's a disorder that results from damage to portions of the brain that are responsible for language. For most people, these areas are on the left side of the brain, and aphasia usually occurs suddenly, often following a stroke or head injury, but it may also develop slowly. Now, I can't actually remember. I mean, this seems to have been pretty slow. Like, it wasn't overnight that Bruce Willis started, you know, appearing to phone it in. I don't think so. So his seems to be quite slow, I believe. I mean, only the family knows, of course. As a result of a brain tumour or a progressive neurological disease. So, you know, he's either had a stroke or head injury, or neurological disease or brain tumour. I'm hoping, I mean, look, let's hope it's not a brain tumour, because that would be really tragic. And these kind of diseases are awful. You know, it's horrible to watch, you know, a loved one just sort of fall apart in front of you. Like, those on the channel may know I lost my mother last year to MND, motor neuron disease. It's actually what Stephen Hawking had, which is amazing that he lasted so long, because normally it gets you in about 2 years, and it's really, like, it's heartbreaking to watch people just completely fall apart in front of you. Obviously, different circumstance, I get it, but, you know, I can genuinely have, you know, I get a sense of what they're going through, basically, is my point. To watch a deterioration of an individual before your eyes from what they were to what they become is really hard to deal with. It's not nice. Now, they conclude the disorder impairs the expression and understanding of language, so that makes sense, again, as to why he's not been appearing to be able to act anymore, as well as reading and writing. Aphasia may co-occur with speech disorders such as dysarthria or apraxia of speech, which also results, which is also a result from brain damage. So Willis's family members posted a joint statement on social media. And the statement was actually found on Demi Moore's Instagram. And it says the following: "To Bruce's amazing supporters, as a family, we wanted to share that our beloved Bruce has been experiencing some health issues and has recently been diagnosed with aphasia, which is impacting his cognitive abilities. As a result of this, and with much consideration, Bruce is stepping away from the career that has meant so much to him. This is a really challenging time for our family, and we are so appreciative of your continued love, compassion and support. We are moving through this as a strong family unit and wanted to bring his fans in because we know how much he means to you as you do to him. As Bruce always says, live it up, and together we plan to do just that. So the note was obviously signed by Bruce's 5 daughters, as well as his wife and his ex-wife, Demi Moore. And this is the Instagram post itself. And yeah, like, it's tragic. And then subsequently, obviously following that, there's been other information that sort of now makes sense, right? So, you know, we had Red Letter Media. They came out and did a deep dive on all of his recent stuff. And they said that the actor's actually been having lines fed to him through an earpiece, which makes a lot of sense because he's not able to read them. So he's not able to read it due to this situation that he's got, this health problem. Then it makes sense that they would be feeding the lines to him via an earpiece, right? And then also, obviously, you know, Willis's limited screen time, just using his name to sell the film rather than him actually being in it that much, because he's not really been in films. But then we had this, right? So the topic led to many questions about Bruce Willis's current health and financial situation, prompting many to speculate if the actor was either broke or in a declining mental state. I don't think he's broke. I'd be surprised if he is. Like, you know, he doesn't seem to live a lavish life from what we know. But then obviously rumours began to swirl online that Bruce was dealing with a medical condition, which obviously was then now confirmed. In January of last year, an unnamed insider told OK Magazine that Willis had been waging a personal war with a condition that had been affecting his memory for a number of years. So it's a slow burn, this one. So those close to Bruce have been helping him out and trying to maintain the secret. But this helps explain why he might not have been wearing his mask. This was to do with the pandemic. He simply forgot. And another insider pointed out, alluding to an incident in early 2021 that saw the actor being kicked out of a Rite Aid store in LA for refusing to wear a mask. I mean, it does make sense now. Another source claimed while filming Glass, staffers worked around him by cutting and editing and having him overdub lines because he struggled to remember and or deliver them. In most scenes on Glass, he's hooded, and they use stand-ins and body doubles to replace him. On set, he wouldn't smile, and was always chaperoned by an assistant to guide him while working. Rumours went on to say that he was doing a series of VOD roles to make as much money for his family as he could before announcing his retirement, which was confirmed today. It's all like, it's tragic. It's really tragic. I mean, most people, I mean, goddamn, there's so many films he's been in. I mean, you know, Die Hard, Pulp Fiction, Fifth Element. I mean, he's been in loads of things. Die Hard's definitely a Christmas film, by the way. I just want to throw that out there. But yeah, I mean, sad. Like, actually, it's sad, isn't it? It's not cool. Very sad times. What do you say on it? I guess it makes sense as to why the films he's been in have been so awful recently, and why he's been so awful in them. Sorry, I had a hiccup. Sad times, man. Sad times. We lose one of Hollywood's former greats, I guess. Sad times. I guess let me know your thoughts down below. And let me know your favourite Bruce Willis movie. Would love to hear it. Drop it down below. Cheers, guys. Take care and have a great day.